How's it going, crypto community? This is your favorite Martian, Jade, and you're now watching the XRP Martian Report. Real quick before we jump into this video, if you're new, please be sure to hit that subscribe if you enjoy any XRP related news, as that's the primary focus of my channel. If you enjoy my content, be sure to hit that like, and if you really enjoy it, be sure to ring that bell so you can stay up to date with all my content. So with that out of the way, let's jump straight into this video, which is Ripple and its future value. As you can probably tell by the video title, I have a pretty wild price projection, right? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, right? So what you're seeing on your screen before you right now is a list of the top 75 banks in the world by total assets. And then, next to each bank that Ripple is working with, you are able to see a nice little Ripple logo, right? And that means that they are testing RippleNet. They have tested and are on or have joined RippleNet, right? So when you equate the total value of all these customers, you get a whopping total of $28 trillion. Or sorry, $29 trillion, excuse me. That's a lot of money, right? Like I said, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oops, wrong. So let's just add in Fidelity there, right? They have another, because we just found out about them recently, finally confirmed, and they have $2.46 trillion under management. Apple has for a long time been known, over a year now, it's been known that Apple is a partner of Ripple and is going to be implementing their RippleNet services not only for their Apple Pay, but also for their internal revenue streams, which equates to $265 billion. Next, we have American Express. They move $181 billion. That was, and this is from 2017, so it's definitely grown, I assure you. Now, another one is, there's a debate in the community, I guess. I don't understand why, but this article you can look up. It's from 5 months ago. Visa acquired Ripple partner Earthport, and it explains why this essentially equates to Visa partnering with Ripple, right? Without actually announcing a partnership outright. It's, oh no, we just acquired their partner who is still dealing with Earthport, which we are now managing over. It was an acquisition for access to the partnerships inherent in Earthport. And who's their prominent partner? Ripple. So how much does Visa manage? Well, they manage $67.977 billion in total assets. We got Western Union next, $9.231 billion. And then RIA, I'm mentioning, even though I don't know how much they have under management, I wasn't able to find that. But what I was able to find, because obviously I want to point out that RIA is connected to Ripple via partnership now, RIA back in 2014 actually partnered with Walmart, and now in 2019 we have this new post here that RIA Money Transfer is expanding its domestic payout with Walmart. And this means that they are working with Walmart for the Walmart One Pay app or something, Walmart to Walmart. And this is not only a transfer service, but also the means for Walmart to integrate their payments platform for groceries, which they move $514 billion in assets via their revenue stream, right? That's just their revenue. And then you could also, technically you could, we're just going to operate off their revenue because that's what's coming in through their storefronts and online. But a few other figures could also be factored into that depending on if they run payroll, for example, through it. Then you could also implement like your total, that doesn't show here actually, but oh yeah, it would be your total income, right? You could add in the $6 billion from the total income into there, and you could also add in their operating income because that's what's being put back into the store, right? Our next one was MoneyGram, and the reason I'm bringing up MoneyGram is because this is another partner of Ripple that I can't find a figure on how much they move. I know that they're smaller than Western Union, so it's obviously, you would assume, less than 9 billion. But the point being that what I've actually been able to extrapolate for values so far for us is just coming from 38 institutions, 32 being the banks on this list here, and then the other 6 are the ones that we just covered. 4 of which are financial institutions and 2 being companies, which are going to be sourcing their equity streams through RippleNet. So what does that equate to? It equates to a pretty large number, $33.3 trillion, right? 33 trillion, 327 billion, 696 million, to be exact, that I was able to find and pull from these partners that are looking to move on to RippleNet. It's a lot of money. So the next step then is asking, okay, if that's how much they're moving, then how much XRP is going to be available to them, right? Well, to figure that out, we got to go over here to Ripple Ledger and get an idea of how much XRP will probably be available to these institutions. Now, what we can assume is that there's somewhere between 20 to 23 trillion, 20 to 23 billion XRP currently held by financial institutions. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, right? But then we also know that basically 17 billion XRP is held by the founders. And then we have all the rest of us holding the rest of that remaining XRP. It's somewhere around like 17 plus 23, so 40. So it's about 8 billion XRP, 9 billion XRP that we hold as outside of these big holders, right? The founders and the financial institutions behind them. So we're going to assume that the banks keep what they got, the founders get rid of about 50 to 60% of their holdings over the next, we're just going to say 50%, and give ourselves a cool 8 billion XRP from the founders going towards these financial institutions or to be able to use for liquidity. And then we're going to say that of the 8 that we have, we're going to give up 5. So now we're up to 13 billion, right? Plus the 23 billion from the financial institutions here. That's going to be 36 trillion. Yes. Yes. Okay. So $36 trillion, or 36 trillion. I've been saying trillion. 36 billion XRP is what could potentially be held by the banks, just from, based upon what they have now, most likely, and everybody else just selling a massive amount of their XRP, right? Like basically everybody else selling half their XRP back in. And so if we do that and we give them this 36 billion, and then we give them 3 years worth of escrows, so another 36 billion, now they're up to 72 I keep wanting to say trillion, 72 billion XRP, right? That's how much they could have at most, right? And again, that 33.3 trillion is at least, right? Because it's only 38 of over 200 partners Ripple currently has. Is that sinking in, guys? How little of their total partnership's value this could potentially represent. How little of their liquidity, this figure, this massive number, this number that gives everybody anxiety, how little that could actually be. And how much XRP I'm saying they could possess if every one of you is dumb enough to empty your bags before the time's right. Right? I hope you're not. But let's take that figure, right? I'm going to punch that in here. And we're going to say that we're giving them 72 billion of all the XRP they're going to hold basically 72%, 80% of all XRP out there. They're going to, technically at that point, with how much I've just given them, because most of the remaining XRP is still in Ripple's escrow, so now they own 99.9%. They own more XRP than they started out with, right? This is just an unrealistic amount of XRP for them to have access to. I just hope you guys understand this, right? That this is a stupid amount. They won't ever possess likely that much. I can almost guarantee. But I'm giving you the most conservative outlook for 2022, assuming regulation comes this year. Okay, are you ready for me to hit that equal sign? Are you ready for that number? I don't think you're ready. Oh, well. Oh, I did it backwards. I'm sorry. So we're going to do that over again here. So I was supposed to do 72 billion here, divided by the 333276696. The anticipation must be killing you, right? What did I do wrong now? Did I not do enough zeros? Ugh, okay. There's too many numbers here. 721, okay. It's 1,000 million 72 billion. I'm confused, actually. That should have... Oh, okay, I understand. I did it right. I just had too many zeros in there, I believe. Just a few. So, 6, 9, 6, 1, 2, 3. Either that or I didn't have enough zeros here. Let's see. Million, billion, trillion, divided by 72. I would have just re-recorded this, but this is pretty far into this video, and I already am re-recording once, right? So, apologies for the goof here. There you go. Okay. Well, that is the right figure. And as you see here in the calculator, if you were sharp, you notice that I did it with 66 billion of the XRP will be available, and I feel that's probably more of a realistic, which would put us up more around the $504 value. So there you go. The most conservative figure I can give you for 2022, assuming regulation actually gets passed this year, right? Maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe this gets pushed out a year, right? For every month that we don't have regulatory certainty, add 2 months to actually just add a month to how long it's going to take for you to reach that price, right? This countdown, this 3-year countdown, really starts once we have regulatory clarity. And 3 years after we have regulatory clarity, Ripple will be at or far above that price on your screen right now. $462 to $504. Right? This video is going to be titled, Can Ripple Go Over $200 by 2022? Now you know it can go well beyond $250 by 2022. Well beyond. And the reality is, this could happen within a year and a half. I'm just being conservative and saying 3. Because I want everybody that's already tuned out to have thought, oh, well, I gotta think about this for years in advance. That's not gonna get me rich quick. That's the point. You're not gonna get rich quick on this. But you are gonna run out of time if you wait to get enough XRP for that dollar value onto whatever you possess in XRP to make a world difference for you. And that's why I'm making this video. Because, at the end of the day, I just really have this desire to help other people. Maybe that's utopianist, maybe I'm an idiot, but realistically, this is an opportunity for so many people with so little to be able to put away for a safe retirement. And that's not something that is easily come by in today's society. And I hope people understand that this isn't just retirement money. This is retirement money at a young age for many of you, because many of you, my viewers, are between the age of 25 to 35. So please understand the seriousness of me sharing this number with you. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I'm not trying to FOMO you into this coin. I'm just trying to get you to realize the real potential inherent in this technology based upon its current adoption. And that's, again, not even its full adoption. It's basically 1/4 to maybe even 1/8 of all their total partners, because we don't know how close they are to 300 now. We know that they've been getting 2 to 3 partners every week since the beginning of this year, and they've been telling us they have 200 plus partners since about October, actually. I think it was maybe November is when we first heard that they had 200 partners. And at that point, they were getting 2 partners every week from October to the end of the year, and then 2 to 3 from January to now. So they're probably getting close to 300 partners. And I've only shared with you 40 of 300. And it got us to that value. Wake up, please. Realize what you're holding. I want to protect you from making a poor mistake on relinquishing too much of your XRP too early, because you get greedy when we moon. When we have our short little moon that we're going to have at some point in this year. That I believe we're going to have in this year. Now, as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is me simply breaking down figures of what is possible. I may have expressed views which express my personal beliefs, that how I feel about this. However, those are my personal beliefs based upon my research, and I beg and implore you to do your own research, and do, if you can, try and debunk what I've shared in this video, the figures that I have displayed. You have access to the screenshot that I showed you. You can go look up those banks if you desire to find out how much they have under management to confirm that this list is correct. You can look them up and confirm that they are partners if you wish. Try and disprove anything that I've shared with you. I encourage you. But at the same time, I also encourage you to take control of your own future and not just listen blindly to me or any other person in regards to how to handle your financial future. It's your decision. I believe I believe in this platform, and that's why I'm out here making videos on it. I'm not being paid by Ripple. I'm not being paid by anybody. You know, I've received a few small donations from you, my community members, which I deeply appreciate, especially since I've only been out here 2 weeks, you know, and I'm still bringing you rather poor quality content. But you know, I'm here in doing this because I really believe in this, and I believe in it because largely the details that I present in this video, and largely more so all the things that I've discussed with you in my live streams and everything else, which you can go watch all my videos on and catch up for yourself if you're new here, right? Which leads into my outro. So, my name's been Jade Martian. I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you have, please hit that like, smash that subscribe, and ring that bell so that you can stay up to date with all my future content. As I always like to say to all my community out there, XRP Martians, thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in my next video on Mars.